guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about top tips to save your first $100,000. So saving your first $100,000 could be a big feat and it could be very challenging, but here's some tips and strategies from myself and my family that can help you. Right, so number one is to simply live below your means. So it's really important, even if you make a really big income, you don't want to spend close to that. You always want to save significantly less than what you make. And especially if you're starting out, especially if you're young, especially if you're in a rough situation too, that could be, even doesn't matter your age, you really want to start living below your means. And it might mean sacrifice. It might not mean living in the best place. It might mean not buying everything that you want, but you really need to be critical and thoughtful and live below your means if you want to have enough money to save. It takes a while to make that money. And so make sure you're living below your means. 2, start saving early and often. So this was critical. So I started saving since I was young and I didn't invest it. And so I highly recommend investing it as well, but just start becoming a saver. And so if you start doing that, as soon as you start working, always pay yourself first and find money to take care of yourself. It's really going to make a difference in your life. Number 3, choose a high income skill. Now, we didn't necessarily do this, but you also can switch companies. So I had the same job and the same skill, but I switched to a different company or county and ended up having a 10-20% pay increase. And so that can help. Any little bit of extra money can help. Also, if you end up getting married, that can be something that helps as well. You can combine your incomes and so that you have more money to save and to spend. Number 4, delay gratification. And so this goes along with living below your means. And so maybe there's these things that you want. Maybe there's a lifestyle that you want to do or that you want, things that you want to achieve. You have to be willing to delay that gratification and wait. I know I got so much better at this. And I also found some workarounds by thrift shopping for clothes or things like that. Or I eventually found minimalism where I didn't find the need to buy all these extra things. And so you want to delay that gratification, whether it's a goal that you have or a purchase that you want to make. You have to know that there's sacrifice in it. And if you're willing to live like no one else will now, you can live like no one else can in the future. Number 5, decide what does matter to you and what you want to spend money on, and then what's not worth it. And so you have to really get clear and critical on that at first and going, okay, these are the things I'm going to spend money on. This is how much I'm going to spend. And then the other stuff, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to see if I could get it for free. I'm going to see if we could just live without it. I'm going to see if we could borrow this from someone, etc. And so get creative and figure out what you actually want to spend money on instead of just frivolously spending money and not being intentional. Number 6, so if you are in this saving mode and investing mode and really trying to just hunker down and reach this goal, you can ask other people. Do you have people or friends or family in your life that maybe want to get you a birthday gift or a Christmas gift? And just let them know of your mission and say, hey, this would actually be really helpful to get a gift card to Walmart or a gas gift card, or maybe it is to a nice place to eat or to like Target or somewhere or a Home Goods where maybe you wouldn't go pay for that on your own, but then you have the gift card and so then you're able to use that for something that does come up or something that you need around your house instead of taking that money out of the budget. Number 7, this is huge, is finding an affordable place. And so you can live with other people. I know I did right after college, but then we also had our own place, but we didn't spend a ton of money on our place. And so that's really critical, and to not invest too much money into a place. You can live with friends, you can live with family, you can live with roommates, you can combine with a spouse. It's totally up to you. But it really makes a difference. And so sharing that money or getting a lower cost of living place can really help when you're trying to save extra money. If you're putting so much money into a house, it's going to be harder to pour money into your investments and into yourself. Number 7, so figure out how to share. So with your friends, your spouse, other people, you can share things and items. You can share hand-me-downs. It's up to you. Or you can share like yard tools or toys or whatever. Or kitchen appliances. But it's also really important to just combine forces with your team. And so if you have a spouse, you really want to make sure you get on the same page and you have similar goals. You work on paying off any debt anyone has, and then you guys get clear on what you want to do and what type of life you want to end up living. Number 9, exercise. Exercise, eat healthy if you can. I highly recommend doing these things. And so I know when we were really working on saving a lot of money, I was exercising a lot. And honestly, I think that can help with your stress levels. I think that can help you feel good. And those are a fun, free thing to do. Instead of just sitting around wanting to spend a bunch of money, you can go exercise. You can go to a park. You can go for walks. So these things are great. They help you think through ideas. It helps calm you down. It helps boost endorphins and dopamine and helps increase your bonds. And it's just a fun thing to do. And it's really great for your health. And I think it's great to have money, but it's also great to have great health. 10, buy used or get things for free. And so maybe you have a wedding and maybe people want to buy you gifts. Maybe you have Facebook Marketplace, if you sell things on there or you buy things on there, or you see if there's anything for free on there. I know we went to like Salvation Army and different thrift stores for big furniture items that it cost us like $50 for something that would have been $500, $600, $700 or more. And so just get creative, see if anyone has hand-me-downs that they want to give you, whether that's furniture or whether that's clothes. And I think that can really, really, really help you. Number 11, you just have to put in the time. It's not going to happen overnight. It takes time, but get clear, get a vision, get a goal, and then know that these sacrifices won't be forever. And so put in the time and be willing to do it because the reward's going to be so much greater. Number 12, something that really helped was minimalism. So we didn't start this super early. I wish we had, but this really has shifted our perspective on things. And honestly, you can spend a little bit more money, especially once you have $100,000 or more and you start building that wealth and that foundation. Then you can maybe invest in a nicer, bigger item if you're willing to make sacrifices and not pay for a bunch of stuff and just buy random things whenever you want. And so making that sacrifice and saying, hey, I want to be intentional. I call it intentionalism. We don't just want a bunch of stuff around the house. We want things that will actually help us and serve us and that we actually enjoy. And this can help with your stress levels as well, not just financially, but just emotionally how you feel. And so I think that can really be a great tip. And lastly, learn and read. And so learning and reading can really help you if you learn different strategies and tools, if you gain more skills, if you get a certain job, if you start side hustles, if you figure out how to maximize your money and save on taxes. And so that's really helpful, starting to invest in these tax shielded accounts. And so there's so many different things that you can do, and everyone's journey to 100,000 and beyond is going to be different, but finding ways to build assets, to save, to make the most of your money, to be intentional with your money, and to figure out how to make more and serve more is going to really help you in your life. Those were some tips for your first 100K. Let me know in the comments below if any resonated with you. Do you do some of these? What are some tips that you use to get your first 100K or that you've read on the internet or in books from experts and people who have done it? Let me know in the comments below. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and share if you think a friend could enjoy it, and feel free to subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you so much for being here. You got this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.